Well, everybody, it's about 24 hours later. I thought I'd give you an update on the base. There's a big hole in it. So, like I said, it's raid resistant, not raid proof, as you can obviously see here. So let's take a look at what they did. So they got up here and they blew through and they got into the loot room, as it were. Good news is I didn't really have anything in this base, so kind of, it worked out exactly as planned, I guess. So they built up this raid tower, as it were. But how did they build that, may you ask? I had a building cabinet and everything. Well, they blew through the two armored doors. They got in here, and then they figured that it must be somewhere in here, and then they deduced, however they did, that it was one of these. And I think they probably blew up that one first, and then blew up that one, and went, oh, it must be back here, and blew up that one. So that was armored, and that was, what's it called? Sheet metal. So they spent quite a bit of C4 there. 3, 6, 7, 8. Plus the 2 for each door, so that's after 12. And then they blew into that wall, so that's another 2, I want to say. So they spent 14 C4 to getting into that base on a vanilla server. That's a huge investment, actually. That's quite the investment. So I would say that's a success for a solo base defending on itself with against a dedicated attacker. They did pretty well. They got in here and then I don't know why they did that. I think they thought maybe there was rooms underneath, so they blew up and realized, oh wait, there's nothing down there. So that's another C4 they wasted. And then they blew down this armored door as well and realized there's nothing in here. So that's 14 plus 1, 15, that's 17 C4 for essentially nothing. I just had basically what I left over building supplies for building the base, and the rest of it was over there, which incidentally also got raided. So they got a little bit out of it, but definitely not 16, 17 C4 worth or whatever the total used was. So there you go. The base did its job. So what can we do? What can we do that make this stronger? Well, one thing we could do is definitely upgrade more of this to armored. Excuse me. He did have a bit of a hint. So when he blew through this wall, that was stone and that was stone. So he didn't. It's like, oh, screw it. It's probably not there. When he blew through this wall, that was stone and then that was sheet metal right there. So he probably went, oh, that's where it's at. So. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. So maybe a little bit. Maybe if I had stuck it up another one above here, so you can kind of the way the building cabinets kind of work is they go a little bit weird. Actually, I'm building privilege now. I wonder why that is. I think it must have changed. I don't know. You can't have them too close to each other, but you can put them above each other. So that one up there for a while wasn't. I don't know if they changed how building cabinets worked, or maybe I misunderstood how it worked. But my understanding is, if you have a building cabinet at, let's say, this level, it doesn't protect below it very well. It only protects that level and up. So you kind of have. So it kind of forces you to build a building cabinet on the ground level. Well, I could have potentially put a building cabinet up one level as well, so I could work your way down from the top in every level, put another building cabinet, and that would have made this raid tower perhaps more difficult or even impossible. They would have had to find multiple building cabinets, and there is a bit of room to hide them. So there is this. You can see how these layers go all the way up, and there's no floors. I did that to make it so you couldn't boost in. You couldn't use C4 just boost up, or make it much more difficult. You can kind of still, but without that flat surface, it just makes it harder. But I could have put another one right there, and then he would have, and then had a roof above it. He would have had to blow through the roof as well, and just would have added to the C4 they would have had to spend. Anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions on how to make this more difficult for him, let me know. By irony's sake, I actually need to use this to get in and out of the base. Because he blew up my, I guess he destroyed my little lift thing. There we go. Ta-da. While I was looking at it earlier, somebody came by and attacked me. Killed me while I was looking at the base and getting ready for the video. Gotta love Rust. That person, the first person, didn't take all that much, just some goods. The second person came by, was a salty little bitch, and just tossed everything on the ground like that. And I came by and I was able to pick up a couple little things. I even told the guy, just, you know, do whatever you want, just take whatever you want, but he decided to toss a bunch of it on the ground, and then despawn. Little asshole. Ah, well. Anyway, talk to y'all later. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know. Bye-bye.